holycastsofreakingpod.
We can just start.
We can just start? How do we usually start this, Luke?
Hi.
Hi!
Hello, I'm Cherry Dom.
Hi, I'm Charles.
Hi, I'm Chad.
Woo! That was a triple high five because we're all together!
Yay!
Yay! So here we are. We are recording on the topic of 50 Shades Darker, which is the next book of 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. Hooray, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it right now.
I want to read some of the comments from the 50 Shades Wiki article on this book. It just seems like people were just sort of putting their comments anywhere. Like, this is not...
Should we all switch off on reading, or do you want to read them all?
I'll read the first one.
Okay.
I'm excited with this movie. It's not all about lust, but it's about unconditional love. Even if Miss Steele puts her life in jeopardy... even if Miss Steele puts her life in jeopardy, she didn't care. All she wants is to be with the person she loves. First love!
I just got done reading book 1, and I am impressed. I am only into urban fiction books because I know about the lifestyles that most urban fiction is about. I didn't want to step out of urban fiction, but 50 Shades of Grey was highly recommended to me. And of course I checked it out, and I am impressed. It was having reading a lot, so I could get to the end of book 1. It took me 3 days, and I can't wait to read book 2, 50 Shades Darker. I read the summary and the plot for book 2 and 3, and I will be reading them.
An exaggerated version of female enjoying or craving for sex. Quite abnormal for a lady character.
I simply hope that their relationship does not break up and that Jack fails in taking his revenge.
L. James, please write the books from Christian's point of view. Please! Smiley face.
El James, that's Spanish for
The James. Oh my god. Alright, so that's amazing. Okay, so I have some articles that I would like you guys to look at and read. So the first one is this one, 50 Shades of Grey, pedophilia hiding in plain sight. And I guess you don't have to read it. I guess I'll just read you the salient points. This was written August 16th, 2012, so about 2 years ago. It starts off, the story of convicted child rapist Jerry Sandusky is well known. So too is the 50 Shades of Grey phenomena, a book that has become so popular among women that some are referring to it as mommy porn for the masses. That description is actually a lot more disturbing than a lot of folks are currently realizing. So he goes on to say, oh my god, Jesus. Okay, the writing in this article is like so offensively bad. I don't know how this guy's a journalist. Like,
well, this is watchdogwire.com.
Also specific to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, go figure. The underlying theme to 50 Shades is something far more sinister and appalling, though, than your mere run-of-the-mill porn. It is pedophilia, it is child porn, kitty porn. Now, I know after saying that, many female fans of 50 Shades, many of them mothers, will naturally put up a defense against that kind of a description.
Hey, no, it's not. It's
Wait a second.
no.
Before you go on, I just caught a pretty big typo.
Where is it?
Okay. Okay. I didn't seek out 50 Shades of Grey. It was brought to my attention by a longtime friend who's also a clinical psychologist at a university. She's a bit older than me. She grew up in the counterculture era and did her fair share of experimentation of all kinds, so she's hardly a prude. What's she today, though, is a mother and grandmother.
And she's smart. Okay, so he talks to his psychologist friend, and okay, she stopped talking, looked right at me, and said the book was about pedophilia. The problem for her narrator in the story was, in fact, an underage girl. My friend indicated, based on the use of language in the narration, that this girl was likely no more than 12 or 13 years of age. I made a mention that the girl in the story was actually getting ready to graduate college. My friend, a woman, blah blah, she has experience, shook her head and told me she would not be able to convince me by simply talking about it. She said I should read the book myself, but to do so with the eyes of somebody whose job it had been for many years to try and protect children. Sexual predators are cons. They almost always have a cover. It's that cover which allows them access. 50 Shades of Grey is a con. It now has access to millions of readers. It's a story about abuse from beginning to end, and it's not just the abuse of a man and a woman, it's the abuse of a man and a girl. When you read it, look for the signs. They're all there. Here are the signs. The female character has no sexual experience. She's given the age of 21, but that age itself is a cover. Her true emotional age is much, much younger. She has never even masturbated. She's never even experienced an orgasm. That alone is one of the greatest attractions to the pedophile, is the psychology of that kind of act you get off on taking purity. But move on from the fact that the girl has no sexual experience whatsoever. Really listen to how she talks. Again, she's not talking like a young woman, she's talking like a girl. She talks about cartwheels and skipping over and over again. It's language and imagery of a girl. The abuser, the older man, makes her think it's her choice that her innocence was taken from her. Again, you and I both know that one of the primary tools of the pedophile. They create an environment where the child feels it's their idea. Okay, and there is many more themes about that abuse in this book. There's spanking in the use of There's spanking and the use of baby oil. Why baby oil? Think about it. The girl wears pigtails. She complains that he's treating her like a child. He says she acts like a child. There's even a scene where the abuser, blah, 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 takes her innocence. He rips out her tampon and engages in forceful sex yet again. Her hymen is ripped. The bloody remnants are, again, symbolized in an act of pedophile rape! Okay, so then he reads the book and he's like, we are reading child pornography. And then he drops some, like, Jerry Sandusky, like, oh, this is totally him, dude. The main character is described in pigtails, given words like, holy cow, down there, geez, double crap. She can't operate a computer, but is supposedly a college graduate. Describes skipping and doing cartwheels, repeatedly says she's made to feel like a child. Has her imaginary friend, inner goddess, feels shame. Has her imaginary friend, inner goddess, feels shame.
She has her imaginary friend feel shame. Like
That's what he's saying. But
yeah.
he can't write.
He can't write. He is spanked and slattered in baby oil in all caps. Told what to say, what to do, until finally and sadly and so predictably is physically beaten. But she returns to him soon after. It's a very common theme of abuse. Okay, one last. With 50 Shades of Grey, this abnormal condition is trying to be normalized. What? That's such a weird way to say that sentence. I know it for what it truly is. A story of the sexual abuse of a child wrapped in the cliche cover story of a mysterious and troubled wealthy man. Women are not people who knowingly condone... 50 Shades of Grey made her weep. It made her sick. It made her think of the abuses of all those kids by a demented, warped monster like Jerry Sandusky, who, just like the pedophilia of 50 Shades of Grey, was hiding in plain sight.
I think that, yes, there are a lot of things like that in the book, but I think that might be more of a product of society than...
Oh, you mean like...
And reading romance novels.
That we, like, infantilize women, perhaps?
Yes, exactly.
Women, excuse me.
Yeah. I think there's some important things to consider. Like, this is, like... So, if this, thing about his clinical psychologist friend thing is true, and he's not just making up a character to give his own interpretation of the book...
I think this might be a woman, actually. No, Dr. Richard Swire. But then he says us women. Look. But women, the vast majority of us, are not people who knowingly condone the sexual abuse.
Is he quoting his friend there?
No.
Okay. So this may just be...
You shouldn't judge. Maybe
you think this is...
Maybe he's a girl.
Yeah.
Maybe Richardina.
Or maybe it was written under a pseudonym.
Oh.
Or maybe it was reposted. Or maybe it was stolen and reposted from somewhere else.
More than likely, it's that he meant to put a comma between, but women and but women and the vast majority of us are not people who can only do.
Oh, that's probably it.
That's probably it. But like at least from a okay, so like from like a literary analysis point of view, that's technically a valid interpretation of the book. That's
Absolutely.
fine.
I agree.
However, if you contextualize it against the author,
yeah, exactly,
it's because the author is an idiot. And she can probably barely operate a computer.
Yeah, a lot of that was like not necessarily like childish, like, and some of it was like kind of creepy.
And we have talked about like the creepy infantilization of Anna, like the pigtail stuff.
Yeah.
Like it makes you like young. I don't know. Like the fact that we thought that maybe Christian, aside from the fact that it's supposed to be Robert Pattinson, is not too much older because of she didn't want to make the age discrepancy too much of an issue. But yeah, and I do think a lot of it does still fall back on E.L. James for her, like, anything that she put into the book. I don't think it is supposed to be pedophilia, and it's not obviously supposed to be like that.
I mean,
it's not supposed to be a cover like that. I think it's supposed to be more...
I remember now what I was going to
like
say.
Cherry Doom was saying, like, society, like, influence.
Yeah. Okay, this whole article could be seen as like a masterstroke against E.L. James, because it's basically saying, like, E.L. James, you have the mentality of a child. Like, you don't know how to write anything other than holy cow, down there, geez, double crap, and so on. Like,
no.
I mean, I know it's not supposed to be, because he's clearly, the author, they, is very clearly on the whole thing of, like, this is a pedophilia book, but she also, you know, like you said, doesn't know how to use a computer, possibly can't really write that well in the English language. So,
which is funny.
If anything, that's like it's kind of a big insult to say, like, hey, your book is pedophilia, but no, maybe it's just, you know, all the other reasons why it might possibly come off that way.
I mean, I think it's funny to me, too, that, like, he sort of sidesteps the fact that she can't write.
Yeah.
Like, that should be a bigger indication. Well, I guess he didn't.
Look at his writing.
I guess he didn't. Yeah, that's true. He's like, yeah, she writes like a normal human being.
Yeah. Oh, this is normal. So, but for someone who is not as, I mean, I'm not trying to say, like, not as literate, clearly literate, but, like, for someone who doesn't have the
just assume that this person is not very well read.
Okay, for somebody who's not as well read, all it reads as... Yeah, he's a doctor. He should know better.
Have you ever read, like, papers by doctors? It's a completely different style of writing.
For somebody who isn't as well read, maybe this book just reads normal, but, like, with weird characterization like this. So it's interesting to think about.
Another thing is that, I mean, Twilight is basically pedophilia.
Yeah.
Since,
really?
Yeah, because Edward's
because he's 1,000 million years
old.
Yeah, you're right.
It's reverse, like, pedophilia, like, in the anime sense, where you have like a
oh yeah,
you have like a male character that's like maybe in his like 16 to 20, and then they meet like 800-year-old vampire little girl, or like immortal.
Yeah.
But
it's fine because she's 800 years old.
Yeah, she's fine. It's fine because she's 800 years old. This is the opposite though, because he actually is really creepy and predatory, and also really old.
Reverse anime pedophilia. That is a funny phrase. All right. Okay, so moving on from that.
You heard it here first. Holy cast.
I will link that in the description, as usual. And I also link this in the description. So my European source reported to me that on the radio show, it's on the site Sveriges Radio. Perhaps you've heard of it if you're Swedish. The show is called Medierna, and that is the media in English. They did the things that they report on is like when the media is not being objective, or if something is like weird about it. And they had a show about 50 Shades of Grey, and it's called, in English, 50 Shades of Lack of Objectivity. The description of the show, I'm only going to give you a little. The successful trilogy 50 Shades of Grey, or 50 Shades of Him in Swedish, which has been translated into over 50 languages, has sold over 100 million copies. It is a success with hints of reeking sex and domination games, as many media milked for a while now. And last week it was time again, with a single study based on a small surface. Okay, this is Google Translate. Okay, there's a study. I'm going to only get two. It's called... Fiction or Not. 50 Shades is associated with health risks in adolescent and young adult females. And I'll read you the abstract. The present study characterized the association between health risks in women who read and did not read 50 Shades, while our cross-sectional study design precluded casual determinations. An empirical representation of the health risks in women consuming the problematic messages in 50 Shades is made.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where did this study come from?
This study came from Michigan State University. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
No, believe it.
This sounds like this is like a total BS. Like
no, it is. It is. Like
why?
Like it sounds like a fake study to me because it's so specific. Like
I would think that would be like some feminist psychology student would be like, yeah, I'm going to do this study on this book.
That's true.
I can see, but that is really a very interesting.
But I guess it's not the sort of thing that like, especially at a university, like.
Yeah.
Something that they were officially going to do and like publish a paper on, they would divert money to.
Yeah.
Even though there are a lot of problematic messages in the book, it's sort of a like.
Maybe it's not published. Maybe it's just a student paper.
No, it's
that
not.
would be even worse.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it was published in a journal. I'll tell you which one.
Okay, it was actually published.
Yeah.
What journal was it published in?
Journal of Women's Health.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Is it peer reviewed?
I don't know how to tell you that.
I guess you could just look up Journal of Women's Health peer review.
We're not all graduate students.
Yeah. Why don't you research it?
Well, I don't care about clinical psychology, so.
I don't care. Conclusions. Okay, but anyways, before I get on with the conclusion, let me tell you what was wrong with this podcast and what they discuss in MIDI now, which is...
First of all, it wasn't in English.
First of all, it wasn't in English. Or rather, first of all, it was not in Svenska, is what they say on this show. But, no. There was a segment discussing how the study, which was shitty, had still gotten a fair bit of attention. There was a general trend to report more negatively against 50 Shades of Grey in the news. The issue with the study, however, is that the study had a really tiny sample size and a massive dropout rate. So you listeners don't go around like accusing people who read 50 Shades of Grey like, oh, you do binge behaviors, like you're crazy right now.
Do you have do they give the numbers for like the sample size and the dropout
study
rate?
Sample. Females between the ages of 18 and 24 were randomly sampled from the registrar records of Ohio State University during the May and summer semesters of 2013. We sampled a total of 1,950 females.
They went from the Ohio State University registrars?
Go figure.
For a Michigan State University
Go
study.
figure.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe, because imagine, like, what if, okay, so if the professor works at Michigan State University, perhaps they want to skew the results so that, like, oh no, our students are great. But if it's Ohio State University, they don't give a shit. And they will represent them as badly as they feel like.
It's going to be an anonymous study anyway.
Yes.
It's just people that have consumed... Like, it's supposed to be... See, the point of a study, if you have a big enough... Which this
here you go. Study
doesn't.
procedures were approved by the Institutional Review Board of Ohio State University. So maybe they couldn't get it done there. I don't know.
That's strange.
It is strange. There are a lot of strange things about this.
Yeah.
So, to get on with it, we sampled a total of 1,950 females with 715 eligible, consenting, and completing the online survey. Of 715 who completed the survey, we included 655 in the analysis who reported reading at least the first novel in the 50 Shades series, N equals 219. And those who did not read any part of the 50 Shades series, 436. So 219 did read. That is a really small sample size. And 436 of that 715 did not. We excluded 60 females who started but did not finish the first novel. This decision was made to create the cleanest exposure groups. Study limitations. It's cross-sectional. We are therefore unable to report causality in the relationship between 50 Shades readership and the health behaviors examined in the study.
Yeah, that's the biggest flaw. Like, there's no way to prove it.
There's no way to prove it.
That's why I was saying, like, this is not... Doesn't sound like a real study anyone would approve.
Yeah,
like, there's no way... Like, this is, like, correlation, causation, classic, like, logical fallacy in a study.
Doesn't that happen all the time, though? In studies?
Yeah, but usually when you have, like, an institution approving a study, they, like, check for that. Because, like, you have to defend your study.
Right.
But you have to turn it into abstract and, like...
Yeah.
They use a term here that I really shouldn't be thinking it's funny. But here's the sentence. A tendency to engage in intensive body surveillance. That's just like academia speak for I need to look in the mirror a lot so I can be really sad about the way I look. Okay, well anyways, that's the study. Thanks European source. Let's talk about the book now.
Alright. I listened to the audiobook. I mentioned a couple of these things last time we talked about the audiobook, but everyone who isn't Anna or Christian is like a really weird caricature. Like Jack, Anna's sexual harassment boss, and Elena, Mrs. Robinson, who abused Christian, both sound like supremely evil all the time. Let me find a... This is Jack on the first page of the book after the prologue. Sorry, the reader of the audiobook would be like, "Excellent work, Anna. I think we're going to make a great team." And, like, it's just, like, so obvious, like, oh, this is the bad guy. I mean, it's pretty obvious throughout the book anyway, just because he's always hitting on her.
Yeah.
Mia sounds like a really typical, like, white girl. Like, she's like, "Oh my god, Anna, we have to go shopping." I mean, that's also James's fault. And then Jose is, like, really Mexican sounding. And that's really weird. I mean, that's fine if he sounds Mexican. It's just, like, I wonder about that choice being made.
Right. Well, we sort of discussed it. I don't know if we discussed it in the podcast or not, but I guess we sort of thought, like, if you really want Jose to sound like that, maybe you should hire somebody who is actually Mexican and not just be like a white person
Well, I mean,
making a caricature.
most of the people in the book are white, so it seems
Yeah.
like so that they would hire a white person to
Oh,
read
to do the
book.
whole.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, they should just read it like, "Holy cow, Anna," or whatever he says to her. Like, or no, he says, "Hey, are you okay? You look well. Odd. Dios mío, have you lost weight?" Instead of like, some kind of like stereotype thing that I'm not going to do.
There's a lot of weird inflections, like she'll say "holy shit," like the word "shit" is really clipped for some reason, and then she says things a lot like "I do not snore," which
I do not snore.
just the way she sounds it is like very kind of it's just annoying.
I wish we could get samples of like the weirdest parts, but I don't know copyright wise how that works.
I don't know.
Yeah. So do you want to jump right in with like prologue and stuff?
Yeah. Okay. So the prologue is really short. It's not in the fan fiction version, but it was added for the novel version, and it's just like less than a page.
Mm-hmm.
We could read it if we want.
I only want to read one part because I find it weird.
Okay.
A chilling Okay, so the person perspective.
Right.
First it is first person. I hide and curl up small under the table in the kitchen.
Okay. Basically, just to explain, this is a dream that Christian is having of when he was abused, and his mom is he's watching his mom being beaten by her pimp, basically.
Yeah. Okay, and then when he stops having the dream, it switches perspective to third person.
Yeah.
A chilling wail wakes him. Christ! He's drenched in sweat and his heart is pounding. What the fuck? He sits upright in bed and puts his head in hands. He puts his head in hands. Fuck! They're back. The noise was me. He takes a deep...
The noise was me?
He takes a deep, steadying breath, trying to rid his mind and nostrils of the smell of cheap bourbon and stale Camel cigarettes. He puts his head in hands.
I think that's technically okay. Like, head in hands is a phrase.
What's the name of the whale boss from Mega Man? I think it's one of the Mega Man X games.
Whale Man?
No, it's like something whale.
Bubble Man?
Or am I thinking of something walrus? No, am I thinking of Chill Penguin? Anyway, it sounds like when he says like a chilling whale wakes him. It sounds like a whale, like a cold whale is waking him up.
Well, if you read it, you see that it's not spelled whale like the not fish, the mammal that's really big and lives in the water.
All right.
Being that I'm a human who can read, I understand context.
Are you sure you can read? Are you in graduate school? Can you read?
No, I'm not in graduate school.
All right, so that's the prologue.
Okay, but also like the perspective shift is really weird. Like, and I'm wondering if it's because like she's talking about this dream, and she's like, well, it can't be from third person perspective, or it can't be from Anna's perspective because she's not there. He's having a dream, but so it's from Christian's perspective. But when he wakes up, it can't be from Christian's perspective because this book is in Anna's perspective, or something like that. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Strange.
Like, I guess it's just to make sure we know who it is.
Yeah, I see. Well,
because we might think it's Anna. If it would say, a chilling wail wakes me.
Yeah, it might be. Oh, and then it might be like, oh, the whale's coming from somewhere else and Anna is hearing it. Or something like that.
My chiseled chest is drenched in sweat. It would be a way to clue us in.
My beautiful chiseled chest. Okay.
Speaking.
You want to talk about the fucked up bitch part?
Right. Okay, so...
Wait, so the rest of the book is in third person?
No.
Oh. Okay.
It's in Anna's perspective, but because Anna's not here, and because it's Christian, it seems like it's third person perspective in these like 3 sentences.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it is third person perspective. I don't know. It's really bad. It's a bad choice.
It's as though an invisible Anna is observing him, but is also in his head. So if she was watching and sees and is describing him,
exactly.
Yes, that's because it's third person.
Oh God.
All right.
Okay. So he hits mommy with the belt. Get up. You are one fucked up bitch. 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 You are one fucked up bitch.
There's not that many.
No, I read all of them.
No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it's a lot of one fucked up bitch. Two fucked up bitches.
So this is... Anna called Christian a fucked up son of a bitch when he spanked her really hard with the belt. She was like, "You are one fucked up son of a bitch," and then she stormed out. And then, so I'm wondering if this is this like connecting with him so heavy because that's like the exact same thing that happened to his mom, or
he's
is
become the abuser?
Yeah, or is it just that he's like conflating reality and conflating the memory of what happened when he was a kid and what happened when he was
I don't
just
know.
a couple days ago or whatever. Who knows?
Sort of depends. If you ask me, like, it's not conflating. And also, I wonder why she decided to do this, because, like, why would you... Okay, obviously she has no agenda like this, but if you wanted to portray the sexual relationship as healthy and normal, or, like, okay, in, like, a sexual fantasy, why do you include this?
Because it's not. Because he's got baggage.
I guess
it's not healthy. She's got to fix him.
But then why make it so close to what happened?
Yeah, this is like a really heavy-handed way of adding like pathos.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like, why can't he hit mommy with a cane or something? Or well, no, that would be fucked up. Okay, what if he hits her with a phone? Yes. Like,
I mean, maybe I don't know. I feel like he says there's something about this somewhere about how when he tells her about this dream and he's like, I'm not sure if it really happened or...
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't remember, but...
Well, we'll get to it if there is. It would be later in the book. It'd probably be in section 2 or 3.
Yeah.
In the dream, he's hitting her with a cane instead of a belt, and then Christian looks up and realizes that's not his mom's pimp. It's...
Oh boy,
Sorry,
can't wait for this.
No, I'm going to say... Never mind. I won't go
Say
there.
it.
It's a 19th century British colonialist.
Yep.
Beating the entire subcontinent of India. It's not a joke.
You should... No, it's not a joke. You should
Abuse
be
is not a
ashamed.
joke either.
It's not a joke. Abuse is not a joke either.
All
Which
right.
is why
Anyways.
you should consider this abusive pedophilic book seriously.
Take this abusive pedophilia book seriously. Use this book to beat your child. Don't ever do that. Chapter 1?
Chapter 1. So, Anna has broken up with Christian. This is like the third day. She's eating or sleeping, and it's basically a huge wreck, but she's still doing excellent work at her job. This is her first day.
What does she do at her job?
She's an assistant to an editor, which I believe means she opens his mail and reads first chapters of books and makes notes on them to give to her the
that's
editor.
exactly what she does.
Her boss, Jack, is a huge creepy jerk. And then Anna gets a bunch of roses from Christian for her first day at work. And then an email about going to Christian's gallery opening from prison. It's like it's impossible to escape him, even though she left and said she didn't want to see him again.
I don't know if this is the right time to bring up this quote, but I wanted to read something for all of us.
Go ahead.
And so a pattern develops. Wake, work, cry, sleep. Well, try to sleep. I can't even escape him in my dreams. Grey burning eyes, his lost look, his hair burnished and bright all haunt me. Wait, that's really hard to read. His hair burnished and bright all haunt me. There's no commas. And the music. So much music. I cannot bear to hear any music. I'm careful to avoid it at all costs. Even the jingles and commercials make me shudder.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Whoa, I forgot about that.
I don't have the capacity for idle talk now. No, I want none of it. I have become my own island state, a ravaged, war-torn land where nothing grows and the horizons are bleak. In other words, glorious Nippon. No. Yes, that's me. I can interact impersonally. Blah, blah. If I talk to Mom, I know I will break even further, and I have nothing left to break.
Jesus.
She described herself as a ravaged, war-torn land.
Yes, she did. No, her island state, her own island state, in fact.
Oh, a sea land.
Where
A
nothing
banana
grows in the
republic.
That's right.
What's her export? What's her banana?
What is the banana of Anna? A lack of conversation. Okay. All right.
Let's see. Christian and Anna go to the art show in a helicopter. Christian gripes about her not eating. They both realize that they shouldn't be broken up because they're so hot for each other. There's this like, oh, we can feel the desire burning between us.
So did they just go like because it was already arranged?
Yeah,
they
basically.
do. Basically.
Which I think is, I guess she didn't have any way to get there. Well,
Except helicopter. No, she probably could have taken a cab.
It's in Seattle, right?
no, it's in Portland.
It's in Portland.
Back where at school.
Take a fucking bus.
She just drive.
Yeah, didn't she have the Audi? I think no, she gave
No.
Christian the keys. You
Does
silly
she
girl.
like not have a car now? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Alright.
because Christian sold her car. It's almost as if he made her dependent on him.
Also, as if he did that. Also, speaking of being dependent on Christian, why hasn't Jose phoned? Come to think of it, why hasn't anyone phoned? I've been so absent-minded I haven't noticed that my cell phone has been silent. Shit, I am such an idiot. I still have it set to forward calls to the BlackBerry. Holy hell. Christian's been getting my calls. Unless he's just thrown the BlackBerry away. How did he get my email address? He knows my true size. An email address is hardly going to present him with many problems. So, okay, what? So he's getting all her phone calls if anyone calls her?
That's not cool.
Checking my phone, I find that it is still set to forward calls to the BlackBerry. Jack is in a meeting, so I quickly call Jose. So her only way to get in touch with people is to call other people, which she's not doing right now because she's depressed about the breakup.
Why doesn't she just unset the thing?
Why doesn't
forward
she
her
just lock
phone?
herself in her room and never move or look at anything? Sorry, that's really mean. Okay, continue.
So they go to Jose's gallery show and it's like, oh, so I got all these great pictures, and then everyone's like looking at Anna and she's like, why are you all looking at me? And then she rounds a corner and Jose's crowning photo achievement is a bunch of portraits of
Anastasia Steele!
Anastasia Steele. Everyone loves them and loves Anna, and Christian buys all the paintings and then throws them in the garbage, I wish.
I wish that he would throw them in the garbage too. Wait, can we just let's read the description of the pictures as soon as I can see it. Holy shit! I remember Jose messing with the camera a couple of pictures when he was visiting. And when I've been out with the camera as a driver and a photographer's assistant. None of these invasive candid shots. Okay, so hanging on the wall are 7 huge portraits of me. I stare blankly at them, stupefied, the blood draining from my face. Me! Pouting, laughing, scowling, serious, amused. All in super close-up, all in black and white. So like this close. That would be so dumb. Sorry, nobody could see how I violated Chad's space.
I wonder how they're arranged.
Good question.
So yeah, 7. I'm gonna say 3 on each side and 1 in the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a dice. Is that how a dice?
Yeah. Dice only go up to 6.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
I'm sorry. Did you just buy one of these? One of these? He snorts, not taking his iPhone. This is Christian.
One of these.
He was like, I don't want
God.
anyone else looking at you.
I don't want
like,
anyone looking at you.
He seems to think that like people are gonna jerk off to these photos of her
Stop
face.
jerking off to my girlfriend! Okay, also with this area of the book, he starts calling Jose the boy.
The boy.
In this, well, let's go see the boy's photos on page 18.
That's so
This
shitty.
is so disgusting. It's a little bit like, can I say a bit racist also? Like,
yeah.
the boy. Get me my shoes, boy. Like that kind of, like it's just, oh god, it's so bad. And I think she even okay, we've only been here for half an hour. You've seen the photos. You've spoken to the boy. His name is Jose. You've spoken to Jose, the man who, last time I met him, was trying to push his tongue into your reluctant mouth while you were drunk and sick, he snarls. So, I'm taking you for something to eat. You're fading away in front of me. Find the boy. Say goodbye. Please, can we stay longer? No. Go. Now. Say goodbye.
God, why? She's fucking broken up with him for
I
like
know.
exactly this reason.
What an
God.
asshole.
Then, on a page later, you are mine. He
Yep.
snarls. Still snarling. Still putting periods after every word for emphasis. Okay.
That is a case in which I think, like, there's obviously no good reason for her to like, put up with that. And
Yeah.
she's not actually... They're not together,
No,
so
they're
she
not.
doesn't have to leave with him. She could just try to get a ride with someone else.
Yep.
Okay.
And then they make out, and basically they're back together.
That's
now.
right. That's when he's going, you're mine. Okay.
Chapter 2. They have.
Where did they go to eat?
He whisks me into a small, intimate restaurant.
There you go.
And the restaurant looks fine to me, she says.
They say moot a bunch over dinner. Like they
Yeah.
repeat it like moot, moot.
I'll check. Okay.
I just hate that word so much.
Since that was the
in
last
general.
time you ate, I think that's a moot point. There's that word again, moot. Moot, he mouths.
Oh, he doesn't even say it aloud. He just
Moom.
Maybe he wasn't saying moot. Maybe he was just making little kissy lips at her. It's
yeah. Why is he saying moot again? Oops.
Okay, so then they drive back to Seattle, and they're having like a serious conversation in the car, and but Anna's like, oh, but what about Taylor? And Christian said, he's listening to his iPod. He can't hear us. He's listening to his iPod. Puccini. Forget he's here. I do. Which is pretty shitty.
Forget Puccini's here. And also, yeah, it's really shitty. Forget he's here. I do. But also, it's illegal to listen to your iPod in your car with your buds, and that bothered me a lot. Like,
I would think that someone who's like so fucking concerned about driving safety, of course, maybe it's only concerned about when Anna's driving.
Yeah, and also just like, you know, I'm so rich the law doesn't apply to me.
Yep.
Like,
Maybe Taylor is a robot.
That would be great.
Yeah, but then why does the robot need to listen to music? Maybe
So
he can just mute his fucking
rude.
ear noids.
Why do you need to listen to music?
Because I'm not a robot.
Well,
I'm a human and I have problems with being
maybe because
satiated.
Anna doesn't know and she wouldn't believe that he wasn't hearing
Oh,
it.
right, so-
Anyway.
What if he's not listening to anything and he just has earbuds in? What a freak.
He
I'm
just
just
does
kidding.
that whenever Christian has someone in the back of the car. He's like, puts in his earbuds and listens to nothing.
Okay, so then let me ask you something first. Do you want a regular vanilla relationship with no kinky fuckery at all? My mouth drops open. Kinky fuckery? I squeak. Kinky fuckery. I can't believe you just said that. I don't know if she's like appalled or if she's like laughing. Sounds like she's appalled, like, oh my god, I can't believe you said something so insane.
But come on. They've said way worse things.
I know. It's like, I'm gonna pull the tampon out of your vagina, bitch.
Yeah, basically. I mean, like, I think she is just saying, like, I can't believe you use that goofy phraseology.
I can't even imagine how she's like reacting here.
Yeah.
Like, kinky fucker? Like, what?
Clutching for pearls, perhaps?
I can't believe you said that. Well, I did. Answer me. I like your kinky fuckery, I whisper.
But
So yeah, and then Christian says he'll do a vanilla relationship with no rules, but also there are still rules, and there's just no contract, so the rules can't really be enforced in a way that Anna can say, hey, you're violating the contract, so it's a little more like abuse than it was before.
hey, it's almost like the same but worse. Like, yeah, I see that. Okay, and then the best part.
Oh yeah.
He gives her the iPad.
Anna gets an okay, so when she gets home, Anna has received an iPad. Anastasia, this is the note on the iPad. This is for you. I know what you want to hear. The music on here says it for me. Christian.
Wait, let's just stop. What she wants to hear is to be told that
He
he loves her. But he won't say it to her. He makes her a playlist instead and still is refusing to say it.
Yeah.
Come
Wow.
on.
He
I think that's okay. If you want,
Okay, so if Anna is like emotionally a child, according to that article, maybe 10 or 12, then Christian is clearly like a teen, maybe
Yeah.
like 14 or 15.
That's what I was about to say.
I was gonna say like in like if like this is sort of like a bro mentality. If like he thinks that it's totally gay to say I love you, then making a playlist is a lot gayer.
Hey babe, I made this playlist.
Hey,
Later. Bye.
Babe, I made you this playlist. Stop asking me for that gay love shit.
So yeah, the background on the iPad is the model of the little plane that she gave him, and he built it. Then it's got a bunch of apps on it.
British Library.
Yeah,
A
iBooks,
good food app.
iBooks, comma words, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
I don't know what that is, honestly. I'm guessing it's like a dictionary or a word processing. I've never had an iPad.
Selecting a song that catches my eye, I press play. It's called Try by Nelly Furtado. Does this mean Christian's going to try this new relationship?
Oh,
Yeah, you read that.
right. So this is my favorite line in possibly the whole series. I've brought it up a couple times, but this iPad, these songs, these apps, he cares. He really cares.
And then like
I like to imagine that like maybe she's at a restaurant and he's ordered some appetizers for her, and he's like,
these apps.
these apps, he really cares.
Okay, wait. I quickly scrolled to another song, "The Scientist" by Coldplay.
Oh yeah, this is one of Kate's favorite bands.
If this isn't an apology, what is it? Oh, Christian, it's a song. You. It's a song, it's not an apology!
Or is this an invitation? I'll be honest though, whenever a boy sends me a song, I'm always like, is he trying to tell me something?
Ugh.
Or he probably just likes the song. And wants
Yeah,
me
probably
What even
just
happens in that song? I don't know. How could it be an apology?
What?
Anyway, what?
Which,
The Scientist by Coldplay is the song that she thinks is an apology.
but yeah, well, like, why would she think that? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know the song.
Yeah.
First, but you don't succeed. That's not the Coldplay song, it is it?
Oh.
Oh, I think I've heard that song. Let's play it
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
play it. Let's play it, because we can.
Okay.
Alright, in the meantime, I'll read your notes, because I'm a jerk. In the original fic, Edward gets Belle an iPod.
Yeah, so it's just like updated
So
for
she's
the
just-
times. She
yeah.
she just gets music, not books and stuff.
Bella hates book. Anastasia pretends to like book.
Oh, they did a cover of it on Glee.
Putting my earbuds in, I pulled the flattened Charlie Tango balloon from underneath my pillow and hug it to me. Oh, it's this one. So it's not the one I thought.
Oh, it's this one. Oh, it is an apology. Is this an apology?
It's a song.
It's laying on a
I
mattress.
don't know. Everything that this guy sings sounds insincere, so...
Yeah, I don't...
Yeah. Okay, well. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it is about breakups, kind of. But anyway, but no, it's not an apology. Maybe he should just say sorry
What does it
instead of
have
giving you
to
an
do-
iPod and throwing
then
money
what does it
at
have to
you.
do with science?
It's because the scientist is a cold guy, and he messes up shit because he can't have personal relationships because he's too embroiled in his work. I don't know. Stop asking me to
Well,
analyze.
that's just a stereotype.
That's a stereotype.
Okay,
Anyway,
chapter 3. So there's some emails. They're back to their witty banter. And this begins the subplot of Christian telling Anna over and over and over that her emails are being monitored and she needs to not use her work email to talk to him, to use her BlackBerry. And Anna never fucking listens, and it becomes a problem. Like, this is, of all the shit that he does, I feel like this, I mean, maybe Anna just doesn't know about, workplace politics and stuff like that, and, that you can get fired for shit you do on the company's computers. Mm-hmm. Of all the things that Christian does, it's really shitty. I feel like this is, yes, definitely a wise thing to tell her to do.
Yeah.
I'm just mad at her for just being so belligerent about this
I scowl
one
at the
thing.
screen and quickly check the emails they sent, deleting them as I do. That's not going to help.
Yeah. She doesn't know that. More creeping from Jack, her boss. A weird girl who looks like Anna says some creepy stuff because she's waiting outside Anna's workplace. Anna calls her Ghost Girl.
Yeah, she looks like a ghost, so pale and strangely blank. Miss Anastasia Steele, she repeats, and her features stay static even though she's speaking. She stops staring at me from about 3 feet away on the sidewalk, and I stare back immobilized. Who is she? What does she want? Can I help you, I ask? No, I just wanted to look at you. Her voice is eerily soft. Like me, she has dark hair that starkly contrasts with her fair skin. Her eyes are brown like bourbon, but flat. There's no life in them at all. Her beautiful face is pale and etched with sorrow. Blah, blah, blah. On closer inspection, she looks odd, disheveled, and uncared for. Her clothes are 2 sizes too big, including her designer trench coat. She laughs, a strange, discordant sound that only feeds my anxiety. My anxiety turns to fear. I'm sorry, who are you? Me? I'm nobody. She lifts her arm to drag her hand through her shoulder-length hair, and as she does, the sleeve of her trench coat rides up, revealing a soiled bandage around her wrist. Holy fuck! And then Anna immediately forgets about it. What was that about? Confused, I cross the street to the bar, trying to assimilate what has just happened. While my subconscious rears her ugly head and hisses at me. She has something to do with Christian. 50s is a cavernous impersonal bar. Blah, blah, blah. And she does not... Okay, I murmur, still shaken by my encounter with Ghost Girl, but she fucking forgets about it for pages and pages.
Is this the part where she says, what do you have that I don't have?
I'm not sure.
Well,
Yeah, what do you have that I don't, she asks, sadly.
Okay, Christian reveals that Anna almost makes a friend from work, Claire, before
Almost.
Christian appears and absorbs her back into his being. Christian reveals that he's bought Anna's workplace. The whole company, he bought it. So
You
now
bought
she
it.
works for him.
SIP, already. You're buying the company. His smile slips in response to the panic in my voice. Not exactly. You bought it. SIP already. He blinks at me warily. Possibly. You have or you haven't? Have. What the hell? Why? I gasped, appalled. Because I can't, Anastasia. I need you safe.
Only I can run a company to keep you financially safe. I don't know. It's gross. Like,
It's disgust.
this is like overbearing spouse to the most extreme degree possible, I feel like. Like, the most powerful man just buying everything. Everything's under his control. Christian and Anna hang out in Anna's apartment. I think this might be the last night that Anna spends there before she hangs out with Christian forever, because, like, Christian's like, you have to stay with me in my apartment. So after this night, I don't think Anna ever goes to this apartment again to stay there for any length of time. Good thing I don't think she even had to pay rent, because I think Kate's parents were paying for the rent in full. So, yeah.
Okay, so on page 58 for you guys, I'm stealing Chad's book. So you're my boss now. Technically, I'm your boss's boss's boss. Okay, it's gross moral turpitude, which I think this is the second time she's used that in this series. The fact that I'm fucking my boss's boss's boss. At the moment you're arguing with him, Christian scowls. That's because he's such an ass, I hiss. And then he goes like, an ass, haha, it's funny. But in the first edition of the book that was published with the, whatever it's called, coffee press, writer's press thing, she says, that's because he's such an arse, I hiss. An arse, he murmurs, as his expression changes to one of amusement. An arse, Christian says again. Christian? Okay.
I think the audiobook is that ebook version, because I seem to remember that from...
Yeah. But I see that somebody took it out. That was one of the things that made me extremely angry when I first read this, because I was reading the ebook version. I was like, what does it mean? Like, why wouldn't they just say ass? I mean, she's not... If you're born in America, you don't say arse unless you are, like, the gubbiest of the gub. Like, just cannot contain yourself and need to say arse and, like, mayhap and things like that.
Christian reacts the same way, right?
Yeah, the exact same, which it sort of doesn't make sense.
That makes sense then if he's making fun of her for calling him an arse.
Yeah, but he's not anymore.
But it's still stupid that she would say that. Yeah, but now he's just laughing because he's like, I'm an ass? Fuck you.
Yeah, more like haha, like I could even stoop so low as to be offended by this.
Yeah.
They do some domestic cooking stuff, and then they fuck in the food or something. I think it's just like on the counter, maybe. They don't fuck in the food.
No, not in the food.
But it's like sexy kitchen. It's like, classic.
Yeah, throwing the ingredients all over.
And I've grown this gigantic watermelon for us to fuck in.
Gigantic watermelon.
But like cooking stuff, domestic, like shopping, is a very popular sort of subject for fan fiction. Like, they have all these characters in these crazy situations, and so a lot of times they'll be like, a coffee shop alternate universe, domestic alternate universe, where the characters are just like chilling out and being lovey.
That's not very exciting.
No, it's not. But, okay, chapter 4. Christian calls Anna a wench, and then they eat.
As I scramble out of bed, I dislodge my pillow, revealing the deflated helicopter balloon underneath. Christian reaches for it and gazes up at me, puzzled. That's my balloon, I say. Feeling proprietary as I reach for my robe and wrap it around myself. Oh, geez, why did you have to find that? In your bed, he murmurs. Yes, I flush. It's been keeping me company.
Just like a Dakamакura.
Yeah, kind of like, what? Just replace that, like... As I scramble out of bed, I dislodge my pillow, revealing the body pillow underneath.
This is Charlie Tango. We're married.
Christian reaches for it. That's my body pillow. That's my Dakimakura, I say, feeling proprietary as I reach for my robe and wrap it around myself. Oh, geez, why did he have to find that? In your bed, he murmurs? Yes, I flush. It's been keeping me company.
That's great. They fuck again, but with ice cream this time.
Oh my god, we need to talk about this and scream about it, because if we don't... Okay, we have vanilla ice cream. Really? He comes in and has the ice cream, blah, 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 blah. Normally I hate energy-saving bulbs. They are so dim. But being naked here with Christian, I'm grateful for the muted light. What is this? Okay.
I hate saving energy.
I hate it. I want to see every pore. I actually did relate to that one a bit because I don't like them either.
What a weird... that's like the... not that there's anything wrong with vaccination, but that's the vaccination thing.
Yeah,
thank God we're all vaccinated. I hate energy-saving bulbs.
Okay, he drips the ice cream onto my throat. He dips down and licks it. Okay, no problems yet. It's basically the same baby birding thing, but different. I'm trying to find...
What is it,
Right
when it
place.
gets all over the bed or something?
No, that's not what happens.
Oh, I forget.
Now you've done this before, blah blah. Okay. My hips start to move involuntarily, gyrating to their own rhythm, caught up in his cool vanilla spell. He tips lower and starts eating the ice cream in my belly, swirling his tongue into and around my navel. Blah blah. He trails the ice cream farther down my body, into my pubic hair, onto my clitoris. Clitoris. I cry out loudly. Hush now, Christian says softly as his magical tongue sets to work lapping up the vanilla. Now I'm keening quietly. Like a baby bird.
It's really hilarious.
I know, no, he breathes. He doesn't stop, just doesn't stop in my body, blah, 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 blah. He put ice cream in her vagina. I mean, okay, and then he slips one finger inside me. Okay, ice cream was on her clit, now it's in her vag. Her vaginal canal. Okay, she comes. And then he's hovering over me, sliding on a condom, and then he's inside me, hard and fast. Oh yes, he groans as he slams into me. He's sticky. The residual melted ice cream spreading between us. It's a strangely distracting sensation, but one that I can't dwell on for more than a few seconds. As Christian suddenly pulls out of me. No, you should dwell on it for more than a few seconds because it means you're getting a yeast infection, my friend. Like, that is so gross. I cannot. That's the safe word of this whole entire chapter chunk for me. Do not fucking the ice cream. No.
She'll be fine as long as she pees afterwards.
No, she won't. I mean, if it's in her vagina, like, she needs to, like,
that's true.
Rinse it out and go to the doctor because that is not going to work. Let's move on.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. So...
they fuck with ice cream.
Fucking ice cream.
Really heavy on the you are mine thing. He says it all the time. It becomes clear that Layla is stalking Anna, and that's who the ghost girl was.
Right.
That was, she's escaped from Harvard or something, or wherever she is, and she's on the run. There's something like her husband. She married a guy, and then he died in a car accident, and she went crazy, and now she's stalking Christian. Yeah. And Anna also.
And also, to bring it back, the reason that Anna remembers to talk about Layla. Is that she has a dream about her, and their roles are reversed, so Anna's the crazy trench coat, and Layla's the pretty healthy one. And then they go, "What do you have that I don't?" I ask her. "Who are you?" She says, "I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? There's a pair of us. Don't tell, they banish us, you know." She smiles a slow, evil grimace that spreads across her face, and it's so chill to me. I start to scream. And in the ebook, this was actually cited. Like, there's like a little asterisk, and it says,
"What?"
Yeah.
No, sorry. I don't. What did you say?
In the ebook it's cited. There's a little asterisk next to the part where she cites the poem, and I'm going to find it.
Oh, it's
really
a poem.
quick.
Okay.
Yes, the poem is by Emily Dickinson. It's called "I'm Nobody, Who Are You?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of
sorry,
cute.
that's why I was pointing it out. I don't like it. This is like.
I mean, at least it's not Tess of the D'Urbervilles.
Yeah, but it's close.
It's not even British literature.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It is. Wait, is it?
No, she's American.
I thought so. But then who was... Oh, no, I'm thinking of Virginia Woolf, who's so freaked out about the war. Anyway.
Some stuff about money. Christian gives Anna the money for her car, which was $24,000. So it must have been...
$24,000?
So it must have been like an antique, vintage
that's the
Beetle, not one of the new ones.
That's the explanation they give. He's like, "Taylor got it for the price. You look at it."
Well, it was obviously a vintage one, but what was the
There's
shape?
no way my car was worth $24,000. I would agree with you, but it's about knowing your market, whether you're buying or selling. Some lunatic out there wanted that death trap and was willing to pay that amount of money. Apparently it's a classic. Ask Taylor if you don't believe me.
Maybe Taylor just, like, robbed a bank.
Taylor
robbed a bank.
Gave the money to Christian. He's like, "Here's what I got."
Taylor has a compartment in his torso that prints out money.
Maybe he just took some money out of Christian's account and gave it back to Christian.
Taylor's an ATM that's walking.
Taylor just has the car now. He's just like, "I love this thing."
So,
and then
the notes.
Christian invites Anna to his family's gala, which I think is like, "You want to come to this tonight?" I'm not sure about that, but I guess he knows that she doesn't have anything going on ever. It's like a charity dinner ball type of thing, masquerade. They go to get Anna's haircut for some reason.
Yeah, the salon is called Esclava.
Oh, just like Escala. But mainly the reason they go get her haircut is so that Anna can meet Mrs. Robinson and freak out, because Mrs. Robinson owns the hair place.
Okay, Platinum Blonde is tall, tanned, lovely, and in her late 30s or early 40s. It's difficult to tell. She looks stunning. Her hair shines like a halo, cut in a sharp bob. "I know who it is. It's her. stunning, older, beautiful as Mrs. Robinson. Okay.
Chapter 5. Anna is justifiably pissed about this. She causes a scene. Christian picks her up, throws her over his shoulder, and carries her away.
What a dick.
Yep.
No, I just want a damn haircut. Somewhere I can close my eyes, have someone wash my hair, and forget about all this baggage that accompanies you. She's very attractive, she says about Mrs. Robinson. Yes, she is. Is she still married? No, she divorced about 5 years ago. Okay, so somebody calls him on his BlackBerry and he goes, Welch. He snaps and listens, but if you're reading fast, it says, wench. And anyway. Someone gets killed in a car crash.
Yeah, that's the
Layla's husband left her about 3 years ago. As I stalk back home, I make a mental list. Over-the-shoulder carrying. Unacceptable for anyone over the age of 6. 2. Taking me to the salon that he owns with his ex-lover. How stupid can he be? 3. The same place he took his submissives. Same stupidity at work here. 4. Not even realizing that this was a bad idea. And he's supposed to be a bright guy. 5. Having crazy ex-girlfriends. Can I blame him for that? I'm so furious. Yes, I can. 6. Knowing my bank account number. That's just too stalkery by half. 7. Buying SIP. He's got more money than sense. 8. Insisting I stay with him. The threat from Rio must be worse than he feared. He did mention that yesterday. Realization dawned, something has changed. Anyway, so the thing about the bank account number, he put all the money from the Beetle in her bank account.
Oh, yeah, directly.
Okay.
Okay, so it turns out that Layla has a gun. She, quote-unquote, managed to obtain a concealed weapons permit yesterday. This is just... I mean, I don't know what the timeline is here, but it sounds like her husband, just died and she just got a permit.
Wasn't that?
Oh, maybe.
Am I dumb?
No.
I thought I just read that.
Maybe you're right. But yeah, she's clearly, she has, a bandage on her hand, on her wrist. She's maybe clearly unstable, but she managed to obtain a concealed weapons permit. This is just the first part of this book's weird view of firearms in America.
She can buy a gun, I whisper. I think she could buy a gun anyways, before that. She could
go to a gun show.
Yeah.
Get one of those sweet loophole guns.
Sweet loophole guns.
Yeah, in this book and in the next book, there's a lot of weird stuff about guns. Anna seems... in this one, she's like, oh no, she can get a gun. But, later she's like, Christian doesn't have a gun? That's so weird.
Yeah,
why doesn't he have a gun? And then she talks to Kate, and Kate's like... she talks to Kate, and she's like, does Elliot have a gun? And she's like, no, he doesn't. Isn't that so weird?
Yeah, it seems like the author can't really decide if, what kind of American subset she wants to go with. The kind where... we think guns are super duper normal. Everybody has a gun, and if you're not shooting your steak into bits to eat it, you're an idiot. And then also the kind of American where it's what's a gun? That's scary. And I don't know if either of those things are true. I think weapons are pretty casual in America. The other day when I was out with Charity and Chad, we went to the Alamo Draft House to watch a movie, and I was doing something dumb. I had this hair tie with a metal fastener sort of thing, holding the ends together. But the elastic had played out, so there was just it was just really long, shitty hair tie. And I was I was trying to cut the ends off with my keys so I could tie it in a knot. And this guy and his honey were near us, and he's like, hey, I got a knife. And he just breaks out his knife. And he's like, you want to use my knife? And first I was like, no. And then I was like, yeah. and he's like, all right. He's like, it works a lot better than those keys we're using. So I just, I use this guy's knife and I cut my hair tie and I give it back, and that was it. But that was that's pretty normal. I feel that probably would never happen in Virginia, but it seems like pretty normal Texas thing. Yes. Oh my god, yes. I think it's way more normal to be the hunted man here in Texas, or
I mean, I have a knife. I just didn't have it in my purse because
I have one too, but I don't carry a knife. That's sort of what I mean.
I mean, I carry it. I just didn't have it because the last time I went on an airplane, I forgot to put it back in. I mean, that's just a box cutter, but I don't know. Yeah, knives are very common here, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's not the same. Yeah, I feel it's more of a man's man always has a knife, or a woman's man, a man's woman always has a knife too. But but it's not like that where I come from. Anyway,
they fight about driving. They fight about fucking everything, and it's insufferable. They just got back together, and they're just arguing all the time. So it's great tone for the relationship.
So great.
Christian basically makes her move in with him to protect her from Layla. She meets Franco, the gay hairdresser.
Let's
find that.
Maybe Chad should read it.
What?
just to draw attention to how ridiculous it is.
Okay.
Just like in your normal voice, not like...
Yeah.
Franco is small, dark, and gay. I love him. That's how it was said in the audiobook.
Such beautiful hair.
He gushes with an outrageous, probably fake Italian accent. I bet he's from Baltimore or somewhere. But his enthusiasm is infectious. Christian leads us both into his bathroom, exits hurriedly, and re-enters carrying a chair from his room. I'll leave you two to it, he mutters.
Grazie, Mr. Gray.
Franco turns to me.
Bene, Anastasia, what shall we do with you?
Yeah.
There's another part which I just want Chad
Oh
to
my
read the
god,
lines.
oh my god.
Here. I'll help you. I'll read Christian's lines. And do you want to still do narration, Cherry Doom?
Sure.
Okay. Go, Chad.
See, I tell you he like it.
Franco enthuses.
You look lovely, Anna.
Christian says appreciatively.
My work here is done.
Franco exclaims. Christian rises and strolls toward us.
Thank you, Franco.
Franco turns, grasps me in an overwhelming bear hug, and kisses both of my cheeks.
Never let anyone else be cutting your hair, Bellissima Anna.
I told you it would be great. Never let anyone else be cutting your hair. Okay.
Anna discovers that Christian keeps, files of information on all of his subs.
I do background checks on all my submissives. I'll show you. I dutifully follow him, dazed. From a locked filing cabinet, he pulls them into a folder, typed on the pad, Anastasia Rose Steele. Holy fucking shit, I glare at him. I snap. Okay, well, gee, thanks, I snap. I flip through the contents. Here's a copy of my birth certificate. For heaven's sake, my hard limits. The non-disclosure agreement, the contract, Jews, my social security number, resume, employment records. So you knew I worked at Clayton's? Yes. It wasn't a coincidence. You didn't just stop by? No! I don't know whether to be angry or flattered. This is fucked up. You know that? I don't see it that way. What I do, I have to be careful. But this is private. I don't misuse the information. Anyone can get a hold of it if they have half a mind to, Anastasia. To have control. I need information. It's how I've always operated. Is this a metaphor for the NSA problem? I'm just kidding. This book was published before that. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. And also that he keeps them all weird. Anna draws on Christian's chest with lipstick so she knows where she can touch him. More fucking.
More fucking.
Chapter 6.
Thanks.
Christian's like, I have to keep you away from the boys or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Anna's like, boys? What boys? And then later he's like, you're mine. They want what's mine. So it's just weird.
She's not an object.
Yeah. They go to the ball. It's a masked ball. Anna has balls in her vagina, balls in Anna, and a ball.
Ball.
Oh yeah, this is where the mask from the cover of the book comes in.
No, I was hoping they just watched The Mask.
And yeah, that's the mask from the book, and it's, about hiding your true self. I don't know. Probably nothing, actually.
So it's a
Yeah,
masquerade?
it's basically nothing.
Yeah, it's a masquerade ball, sorry.
The mask is on the cover for no goddamn reason. You want to talk about the menu?
Yes, let's talk about the menu.
A masked ball in aid of coping together. Menu. That's what it's called. It's on page 138.
Get this ball forever. Salmon tartare with creme fraiche and cucumber on toasted brioche. Albon Estate Roussanne, 2006.
Roasted muscovy duck breast. No, I'm sorry. Roasted muscovy duck breast. Creamy Jerusalem artichoke puree. Time roasted Bing cherries. Foie gras. Chateauneuf du Pape. Vieilles. Chateauneuf du Pape. Vieilles. Vignes. 2006. Domaine de la Jeunesse.
I only know that because it's a line in a Beastie Boys song.
Oh.
Chateauneuf du Pape.
Sugar-crusted walnut chiffon, candied figs, sabayon, maple ice cream, Vindy Constance, 2004.
That's so many wines.
I know, they fucking drink so much. Well, what do rich people do other than get really drunk and have
so.
masquerade balls? Selection of local cheeses and breads. Albin Estate Grenache, 2006, coffee and petit fours. You would think that second to last thing would be first. The selection of local cheeses and breads.
It's dessert, traditional French dessert.
Cheeses and breads? Oh yeah,
Yep.
you're right, actually.
They love France.
This is America, Chad.
So there's an auction for charity.
I realize that I'm still querulous, and no doubt it's the frustrating effect of the balls.
Right, so she's got these balls in her vagina throughout the whole thing, and then, like, she has to go jerk off or something in the bathroom, and she's like, I need to go to the bathroom. And Chris is like, I'll take you, but then Mia's like, I'll take you! And then she gets frustrated, and they don't have, and it's not a lesbian scene between Mia and Anna, which would be kind of hot, but no. So there's an auction for charity, such things as signed baseball bat from the Mariners, a Gucci purse, wallet, and keyring.
What?
Why is that up for auction?
Gucci.
They're all rich. Can't they just go to a Gucci store and buy it?
Landscape and garden design. Coco de Mer Coffret, perfume and beauty selection. Venetian mirror. 2 cases of wine of your choice from Alban Estates. 2 VI tickets.
VIP.
2 VIP tickets for XTY in concert.
What is XTY?
Is a band, perhaps? Race day at Daytona.
Race day at Daytona. Come on.
Hey, it's America.
Do you think it was
it's
originally
America.
the band XTC and then she just had to
Maybe.
change it?
Maybe. She didn't change any of the other artists, though. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, first edition. Drive an Aston Martin DB7 for a day. Oil painting Into the Blue by J. Truton. Gliding lessons. Weekend break for 2 at the Heathman Hotel, Portland. 1 week stay in Aspen, Colorado. Sleep 6.
And that's the one that Christian Grey gave as a gift / as a donor.
Yeah, and then Anna buys it with her $24,000 from her car, and Christian gets mad.
Yeah, well, as he should, because why would you spend $24,000 on that one thing? $24.
Well, why wouldn't she give $24,000 to a good cause?
That's true, but you could also pay some bills or something, you know?
Yeah, she doesn't seem to have any. Well, she mentions her student loans like once. I'm surprised he hasn't already paid those off. Like,
yeah, he probably has.
Yeah, secretly.
Holy shit, did I really just do that? It must be the alcohol. I've had champagne plus 4 glasses of 4 different wines.
Jesus.
Good job.
Then there's a lady auction where they auction off ladies for the first dance. This is the most basic way for Anna to make Anna feel valued. He buys her for $100,000.
Yeah.
And this is of course, the most highly bid item at the
So
lady
much my
auction.
bid for the gorgeous Jill. $4,000. A deep voice calls from the left side. Jill squeals in delight. I don't know why I find that funny. Beautiful Anna plays 6 musical instruments, speaks fluent Mandarin, and is keen on yoga. Well, gentlemen.
Yeah, the auctioneer is like making up facts about these ladies.
And then a tall, impeccably dressed man standing to the left of the stage bids up on Christian for $15,000. But Christian keeps asking for more money. I bet it's Jack Hyde. I don't remember.
No, it's his psychologist, which is really
weird.
weird.
That is really weird. Like,
and just the fact that his psychologist is socializing with him outside of, isn't that like not a thing you're supposed to do? Socializing with
no,
your
you're not. And
psychologist
actually,
outside of...
and furthermore, that was the point I was gonna say earlier. Hold on, let me find this section because it is really quite bad. Okay. So she says, I'm worried about what I might reveal when she's talking to Dr. Flynn. Like, why are you nervous? And I'm a little self-conscious and intimidated. I really only want to talk to you about Christian. He smiles. First, this is a party, so I'm not on duty, he whispers conspiratorially. And second, I really can't talk to you about Christian. Besides, he teases we'd need until Christmas. I gasped in shock. That's a doctor's joke, Anastasia. Like, but, like, that's really mean. Like, whoa. Like, hey, Christian's really fucked up. I can't talk to you about it, but he's really fucked up. Like...
They fuck in Christian's childhood room. He tells her to keep the mask on. That's weird.
Keep your mask on. It's sexy that way. Sorry, I mean...
Mrs. Robinson keeps trying to talk to Anna.
She gives her a note.
Yeah.
I may have misjudged you, and you definitely have misjudged me. Call me if you need to fill in any of the blanks. We could have lunch. Christian doesn't want me talking to you, but I would be more than happy to help. Don't get me wrong, I approve, believe me. But so help me if you hurt him, he's been hurt enough. Call me. 206-279-6261, Miss Robinson. I wonder what happens if you call her.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Should we try it? Podcast prank.
I guess we could.
Do you want? I'm going to get my phone.
Could. It's too late, I've got mine.
What if we all call it at the same time?
Why? You get to do it.
Okay, I don't have to.
Let Cherry do it.
Oh, I missed a call from my dad. Okay.
You can do it if you really want.
No, I don't really want. I just think, like, for prank calls, it's probably funnier because I get nervous.
It turns out your dad's number is that number.
Well, what do we say? Is this Mrs. Robinson?
Yeah, hi, is Elena Robinson there?
Her name is Elena Lincoln.
Oh, hey, is there Elena Lincoln there?
I wonder if she ever gets that. Or whoever was there ever gets that. 6261. This is a bad idea, you guys. Podcast.
That's why I was gonna give my life for the
It's
price.
for the internet, though.
True.
Here.
Like, isn't ringing at all. Hello? No? Weird.
Maybe it's not like a valid number.
Maybe. Seriously, there's like not even any message.
Bloop.
Let me try that one more time.
Yeah, try it again. We need to have lunch with Mrs. Robinson. We can't go on until we make our plans.
That's so weird. It's just like an empty line. A ghost line.
Maybe she bought the number and like...
Maybe.
It's really weird. Okay.
Maybe it records everything.
Well, that's a spooky mystery.
Yeah.
Wow, well...
Sorry to disappoint.
That's cool.
Illuminati?
It's not disappointing. It's mysterious.
That's true. Yeah, this whole thing with Elena keep trying to get in their business is weird. And that's about it for the first third of the book.
Yeah, well, okay, wait. We should tell what the cliffhanger is, because there is a pretty big cliffhanger. It just so happened to work out this way. Christian wakes me just as we pull up... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. We stop in the foyer, when Sawyer holds up his hand. In that split second, I'm instantly wide awake. Sawyer talks into his sleep. I had no idea that he was wearing a radio. Sawyer's like another helpful dude, Taylor.
There's like a whole crew of...
There's a crew of
boys.
Boy crew. Will do tea, he says, and turns to face us. Mr. Gray, the tires on Miss Steele's Audi have been slashed and paint thrown all over it. Holy shit, my car, who would do that? And I know the answer as soon as the question materializes in my mind. Layla. I glance up at Christian, and he blanches. Taylor's concerned that the perp may have entered the apartment and may still be there. He wants to make sure. Gee, Christian whispered. What's Taylor's plan? He's coming up in the service elevator with Ryan and Reynolds. They'll do a sweep and give us all the clear. I'm to wait with you, sir.
With Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. Thank you, Sawyer. Blah, 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 blah. Listen, I can't stand here and wait. Sawyer, take care of Miss Steele. Don't let her in until you have the all clear. I'm sure Taylor is overreacting. She can't get into the apartment. What? No, Christian, you have to stay with me. Sawyer opens the foyer door to let Christian enter the apartment, then shuts the door behind him and stands in front of it, staring impassively down at me. Holy shit, Christian. All manner of horrific outcomes run through my mind, but all I can do is stand and wait!
What will happen?
What will happen? Alright. Okay, and then let's all talk about everything else about this book. There's some stuff in here.
Okay, so Anna's job. This is honestly the thing in this book that turns me on the most. And that is that the idea of an office job where I could dress up in nice outfits every day, sit at a desk and drink tea and read manuscripts and go for hours-long lunches.
Yeah, that's good.
It seems like such a fucking dream compared to my current job, and I get really jealous when I think about this. It's just like Anna, immediately out of college, got an amazing job where she gets to just sit around all day. I mean, she's working, but jeez. She also does so much personal stuff at work. There's the BlackBerry thing, with Christian telling her to send her emails on BlackBerry, but Anna's just really flippant about it, and it's a setup for a later plot point, but it's just so dumb. She thinks she would give a shit about this. I don't know if I should go... This is some spoiler stuff, so I don't know if I should...
Okay, well, let's not read spoiler stuff. Let me think.
Okay.
We can say that the pacing is fucked up.
Yes, the pacing is all fucked up. The problem is that things are literally progressing one day at a time. Because James is moving through relationships, things have to progress at a breakneck speed, or these books would be absolutely massive. So they have to break all these milestones
really quickly,
days after each other. Yeah, they see each other every single day.
She never does. I wonder why she never does time skips or anything. And also, I wonder why she doesn't space things out more. This could just be a really badly written whirlwind romance for all I know. And she was going for that, but yeah, I mean, it's not, I mean, it's so easy to be if your characters have a life, because if Anna was saying I have to work on this side project that I really enjoy, maybe it wouldn't seem so shitty. I just don't know.
There's a weird cycle where Anna will be at work. All the people in Anna's life will call her at once while she's at work to talk to her. And then she'll be talking to all of them at work, and then she'll go home and she'll be with Christian alone for long periods of time.
Yeah.
It makes for a really frantic pace where there's tons of shit happening, and then there will be long sex and romance scenes. It feels very isolated, like Anna's, in a bubble up there, and then when she's out, like everyone's like, "Oh my god, where have you been?"
It's just like work Christian. Even when she goes to Jose's thing, like that's still Christian time.
Yeah.
Like.
Anna has no time at all to think about what's happening, and I'm not sure she'll ever get a chance to fucking relax and think about things. She puts
all spoilers. I mean,
they talk about "Crazy in Love." That's the song that was in the trailer. And Anna plays it on repeat while she's cooking. And this is kind of weird because we may have discussed this, but "Crazy in Love" is a song that Layla put on Christian's iPod, which carries some baggage with it. So
it's in like chapter 4 or something like that.
Yeah, and so it's kind of weird that like that song, which has like this implication of his baggage and this crazy girl, it was like the song for the trailer.
Yeah,
and they always put songs on repeat, which I find strange. Like I never do that.
I always do that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm weird. I don't know. Yeah, what was the last thing I put on repeat like a million times? It's right before I came to visit Chad. Oh, it was A Night to Remember by Shalimar. Yeah, I should listen to it. It's good. It's really funky. Anyway, but yeah, I listened to it for like 2-3 days in a row. Nothing else.
Wow.
I just, certain songs I'm just like, yeah. Part of it too is like when I'm working on commissions and stuff, like I just need to listen to something for 80 years. And it just helps me stay in the same mindset. So yeah.
Okay, like, I know this is the crux of the relationship, but I'm getting really tired of the whole, I can't let anyone else look at you. Don't wear your skirt that short. It's too short. Everyone's going to look at you, and they're going to think dirty thoughts about you. It's, like, slut-shamey and stupid and shitty, and fuck you, Christian. I think it's much hotter, I guess, to be like...
Like, yeah, do wear that.
Yeah, wear that. I'm going to take you out and show you off to everybody. And I'm going to be able to be super jealous and see what they can't have. Yeah. But Christian's just like, no, I can't even let anybody see that I have a pretty girl.
Yeah, like what does he want? Does he want her to dress like super conservatively? That's not cool. Like not even he would like that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe he should re-examine that.
Same thing with him being so concerned about her safety. Like he doesn't let her drive ever, if possible. He's like, you got her a goddamn car, you shitbag. Come on. Oh, it's just so infuriating.
Yes, it is. So maybe to close off, Chad, what did you think of this? Like, we explained all this to you just now. You haven't read it all, so...
Yeah, I haven't read any of the book.
How do you feel? Are you excited?
No. No, it sounds about like what I expected.
I will say this has more things happening in it.
It definitely does.
Book.
The pacing is way, like, wilder. Like,
and the subplot, the stalking subplot is a little bit exciting.
Yeah, I liked Layla, honestly. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's very... basic characters and like a crazy girl who's sad.
But it's good that more stuff is happening. But I mean, is it interesting stuff? Because like, sure, if you spend your days just sitting around doing nothing, the first book. But then some days, like you have to scratch your arm and like there's some rain falling, like that's stuff happening, and maybe more of it's happening than normal.
It's better than nothing.
It's
That's
true.
all we're saying.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. The books make me sad.
All right. How long has it been? Like a million hours?
A million years.
Yeah, like an hour and a half.
Let's see.
Yeah, not about an hour.
That's actually really good.
I'm amazed.
Yeah, we usually go for a lot longer. I think it's because none of us did notes.
Yeah, probably.
But that's pretty good. Well, we could just like talk about whatever since we're all together. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
I could look for more wiki comments.
Yeah, let's look at that.
50 Shades Wiki.
50 Shades of Grrrg.
I'm surprised that I didn't know you were allowed to put like actual phone numbers in books. I know like in movies you have to.
Yeah, you have to go 555. Yeah.
But
hey, you actually don't have to.
Oh,
I was watching.
Just a standard.
Oh, I was watching Columbo with Chad the other day, and they gave like a real phone number, but it was like it had really conspicuously like 606-1234. Like,
yeah.
But it was like a real area code, which you're not supposed to do. I know what you're doing, Anastasia, he murmurs darkly, still preparing the first pepper.
Christian Grey. Oh my god, these portraits they have on the front page of the wiki.
Ew.
Come on. There we go. There's Kate.
Oh, I remember. We were screaming about
Yeah.
this for ages. The weird Anastasia picture, like...
And then Christian's like touching his lips with both fingers.
Yeah.
And
The
brooding.
Gendo Ikari look. Not really, actually.
Kind of. Well, no, not really. Let's see if there's any
And my
comments on
villain.
this. He is a fantastic man.
That's it.
That's wow. Yeah,
What
no.
else is there?
A lot of this is about casting. I'll go way back. Because this is just like a week ago. People still commenting. I love the books. Period. I thought it was one of the best love stories ever. Grammar schmammer. It is a story and most people don't speak in correct grammar. I saw nothing wrong.
I thought nothing wrong. Big comment argument.
The above is poorly written. Too many grammatical errors, just like the novel itself. This is an ironic reply, since your second sentence is considered a fragment. Students learn that fragmented sentences are grammatically incorrect in the 4th grade. Cheers! Oh my god.
Oh, God.
That's the beauty of a wiki. If you are unable to convey the facts of the story and merely want to fix the grammar, then have at it. So many people love to whine and complain but never do anything about it. It's written on the webpage, not in stone. As for the comparison to the book's grammar, that could be due to a poor choice in editing. Just because an author has brilliant ideas, as does ELJ. I was like, oh wait, I didn't. That doesn't mean they're excellent in grammar. There's also the concept of literary license. Some novels veer away from correct grammar intentionally. E.g., there's a thing from Huckleberry Finn, I guess, which is a good example. However, I wouldn't be presumptuous enough to insult Mark Twain's grammar. Oh, please, get over the grammar and read the story. Grammatical errors. You read a book like this and look at grammatical errors. Utter madness. You obviously wasn't drawn into the story like I was. Grammatical errors, who cares? One amazing author, I say. Who I want to thank for creating such an amazing trilogy. Who cares? You compose a sentence fragment. When your writing is perfect, then critique anything you want. Oh my god!
Are there like horrible nerd piranhas just like lurking in the comments section, like, excuse
There always
me,
are,
but
yes.
you have written a sentence fragment, meaning that you cannot read above a 4th grade level. Have your ownage.
Who would
dessert.
describe the ideas in these books as brilliant?
Some wiki contributor. I love the trilogy, characters, and most of all, the love story. I will die if they use Ryan Gosling for Christian. He has no appeal the way Christian is described in the book. Gosling doesn't come close. I would like to see Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, Josh Henderson, or Skarsgård.
Skarsgård would be a good choice. Yeah.
K-Tool.
Huh? Alexander Skarsgård?
Oh, Alexander Skarsgård.
If you think Peter Skarsgård?
I was thinking of a bunch of different Skarsgårds.
There's only 2 that
There's
I know of.
3.
There's 3?
I think so.
Wait, who's the other one?
Stellan Skarsgård?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I think he's an older guy. But
Bradley Cooper, no thanks. Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth?
Wasn't he like the first choice? Or was that so much casting talk. Christian should be played by Ian Somerhalder. Justin Timberlake, I know he's not an actor, but he's an all-American boy. He needs to grow his hair, and that would be perfect. Trust me?
trust me.
Trust me? Oh my god, I have to read this because I'm looking at comments as well. Okay, so I didn't think Christian could get any more awesome. But he did. As I said in my review of 50 Shades of Grey, he's the kind of hero I'm most drawn to. Blah blah. Anna still isn't drawing me in. I wonder why. She seems to have matured some, thank heavens, but she still does some incredibly annoying things that to me just aren't in keeping with her personality, or with who are we supposed to believe she is. Or with who we are supposed to believe she is. The story in this book is much, much better. Great plot. Twists and turns to keep things interesting. Characters to loathe. And the sex is more than hot and plentiful. Wait, sorry, I'm looking on Amazon because I want dumb reviews.
Whoever said Cillian Murphy to play Christian... is it Killian? I can't remember. Cillian Murphy to play Christian Grey is crazy. Yuck. Jensen Ackles for Grey.
John... Bobby... Hermfrig.
That's a 5-star review on Amazon.
A 5-star review on Amazon titled HH by Stacy. Let's see all of her reviews. This is amazing.
Oh my god.
Only I would find it to read
that is insanity.
This is her only review ever. Oh my god.
That's amazing.
That's so good. Comfortable shoe. Wore them to a party last night. Kept them on all night. Smiley face.
I don't understand how you can get drawn into these books. Like, they're not that compelling.
No, they're not that compelling.
It's just a soft-written Poe ****, but I love Christian so hard, and the actor isn't that bad.
What?
A lot of these are very highly critical comments, because anybody can edit.
Whoa, is this a fake trailer for 50 Shades of Darker?
Probably. I've seen a few.
You're gonna read it?
These are just like fan-made trailers that have like
dumb.
They'll do these with the actual actors, like take them from other movies, and like these there just won't be a shot of them together.
Maxwell Bolzmann says this is rape. Nika Markush replies, "Go watch cartoons."
Aria Wood says, "How yummy seduction can be." Matt. I think this is a different fan cast.
Nobody can play the part of Christian Grey more than Charlie Hunnam from FX #1 series Sons of Anarchy.
That's the guy I was thinking of.
He has done modeling. He did a movie called The Ledge with Liv Tyler. He was the lead actor in Pacific Rim. ... He has a sexy hard ass and the best abs on earth. A warm loving side and a hard mean side. New seasons of Sun, September 10, 90 min epi the RB Square on FX, of course.
Oh my god. Fantastic.
That was amazing. Okay, well, how do we say laters, baby? It's been so long since we recorded.
I don't know why not.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Alright,
Well, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Laters,
baby.